Mic check 1 2 1 2. Yes, did I just hit the live button? Yeah, let's go live. Here we are, Wednesday, folks. Can you believe it? Our copyright disclaimer here under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976. Can you see that algorithm? Yeah. Let's do this, folks. We're going to chop it up. We're at the shop. And we got some updates. Still dropping the intro silently. Pull up the monitor. Or let's see what happens with the audio. Drop it with audio. Boom. What is up, everyone? PNW Rush is always driving. Drive safe, brother. Yeah, listen on up. We got some, we'll kick it off with some Bigfoot reports, and then we'll get into some fire update. We got Tina C in the house, Jonocide, Val SWPA, cheers to you. Richard up in Alaska, and we got Mikey also ready to chop it up. Yes, we are at the shop, folks, and day 8 of this Lineage fire, and we will get into that. There have been some new, recently submitted online Bigfoot reports. We'll have a read, but first of all, we'll have a look at something first. Let's see. We're gonna check out. Yeah, we're just gonna kick it off with this Bigfoot stuff. It's been a minute. And let's see, pulling that up here. We're gonna have a look over at the Bigfoot Mapping Project app version. We're gonna spin the flat globe, and I don't see any reports off the bat. Give it a spin. Yeah, I don't see any reports at the moment, but it's always good to check as we've gotten reports submitted to these sites while we're live streaming, and that's always fun when that happens. But hopping over, and here we go. Disclaimer. Uh-oh, what happened? Thought we were sharing something there. We're gonna hop on over to the BFRO because there is some new reports added there. And yeah, business has been a little different. You know what? On Sunday, I was able to close shop at 2 p.m. and got to hang. You know, the ladies in our family did a Father's Day thing for us, and that was fun. So I got a little time away from ground zero here, and then Monday we had off, so that gave me a little more time away from ground zero once again. But then we were back at it on Tuesday, and yeah, they have not gotten the fire out. Unbelievable. It's crazy. But we got some interesting news pertaining to that. So over on the BFRO, there's been some new reports added since we last touched base with you all here. Let's see. There's Pops. What's cooking, Pops? Roger in the house. No, Roger's on the roof. What are you doing on the roof, Roger? Cheers to you, bud. Roger always comes through. And yeah, you guys remember these last two reports we read were out of Texas and South Carolina, Upshur County. It was on the Sabine, wasn't it? Yeah, Sabine River. There you can see recent, and that's a recent one. So check that out if you missed it. If you'd like for me to read it to you, then check out the previous live streams where we read reports. I know we've done several live streams focused on the fire. And when was it that these reports were? I don't know. It was about a week ago or so now. But yeah, Class A motorists observe a Sasquatch on the edge of a dark road 11 northwest of Spartanburg, and that's the or South Carolina report. And this Upshur County Class A is a recent one. Motorist sighting of a Sasquatch around 1 a.m. on Highway 80 near Sabine River, 17 miles west of Longview, Texas. But as you can see, there's been 3 added since then. I noticed them last night, and I was going to stream last night and show, get into the whole fire situation, but I switched gears. I don't know what happened. Forget what happened, and I ended up switching gears, but we pushed it for today, and I felt like now was the time. I was like, you know what? I ain't even gonna check if anyone's live right now or not. We're just gonna do it. Um, so forgive me if someone is live. We didn't mean to. So let's have a look here. So April 2026. These are all from 2026 submitted. So April, Connecticut, Litchfield County is a Class B whoops and footprints near Kent. So let's get our whoop on right quick. I've noticed my audio interface being a lot slower since I've done the upgrade. I don't know if anyone else has noticed that. Hope everyone's having a wacky Wednesday, a fun and wacky Wednesday. It's definitely weird out here. I'll explain why in a bit. So, report number 821, Class B, submitted by witness on Friday, April 10th, 2026. Whoops and footprints near Kent. So, year 2026, season, spring month, April the 10th, Connecticut, Litchfield County. Nearest town is Kent, Connecticut. Nearest road, Skiff Mountain Road. Observed. I live on top of Skiff Mountain in Kent, Connecticut, in one of the original Skiff family homesteads. At 7:45 p.m. tonight, April 10th, while bringing in my trash cans, I heard 2 whoops coming from my 100-acre property, which includes some wooded areas. The whoops were about 3 minutes apart. After the second, I think it says one or I. After the second, yeah, I pulled out my camera and started recording. Good man. I didn't make another noise, or it didn't make another noise. I heard no movement through the brush or trees. I stood outside for about 5 minutes just listening and heard nothing but birds and peepers. Also noticed the birds were unafraid and never stopped singing. Because people do describe sometimes the silence. Oi, Carlos. How you doing, brother? Is Portugal going to win the World Cup, Carlos? Let us know. That's what I hear. They say Ronaldo needs a cup, and he hasn't won one yet. Will he get it? Yeah, interesting report there. Yeah, because a lot of people will describe, I don't know, maybe I've experienced, not off the top of my head, but people talk about the silence, everything goes silent, all the bugs and the noise, which would be pretty trippy. Yeah, I don't think I've had that happen. Not like that. I've had it go silent. I've been in some silent areas. Beans camp at night was pretty quiet, eerily quiet, but not to the point where I couldn't hear like anyone else or anything like that. But that is an interesting note to take, whether there's sounds or not. And I think even if Bigfoot's whooping, maybe a lot of the wildlife is probably used to it too. I would imagine. Maybe the birds are just like, oh, that's just old Bob the Squatch there doing his dinner call or something. I don't know. I don't think it that phenomenon of the silence always happens. So just my opinion. Most of the show is going to be just my opinion. Also noticed the birds were unafraid. So time and conditions 7:45 p.m. Environment top of mountain, farmland, woods, preserves all around, close to the stream/spring on my property. Nice. Got water. Follow up investigation report by BFRO investigator Mike Young. And we usually don't read that. It's a short one there. No mappage, no maps, but very interesting report. And I'd love to hear that audio. I don't see any link for the audio or anything. I don't know if does BFRO do that? We know over on a Bigfoot mapping project, we have checked out some audio there before, and you could share pictures and stuff. And again, I've been getting messages from the Bigfoot live streams app as well. And I know he's been posting over on his YouTube channel, so super cool. And I did want to pull that up. We did pull it up a few nights ago, but I think I made those uh, videos for members just because we weren't really talking Bigfoot a whole lot. But yeah, interesting report there. And June 2026, Ontario, Class B, Knox, and Orbs. Yes, you heard it, folks, here on the BFRO. And it's not the first time, but you'll hear a lot of people out there. I've said it before, too, that I had heard others complain about the BFRO and supposedly that they edit reports and all that. I wouldn't know, but I've heard it from a BFRO investigator. And yeah, here you go. Second time. We've read one before. They mentioned, I don't know if they said orbs exactly. They maybe described some strange lights, but they might have said orbs. Someone was calling. I don't know who that was, but I'm not answering right now. And let's have a look at this. Yeah, you see it right there, everybody. Orbs. I'm curious.
Orbs?
Yep. At Spectacle Lake in Madawaska Valley. All right, let's have a read here. Boom. Make sure y'all can see that. Report number 81271, Class B, submitted by witness Melody Burns on Saturday, June 20th, 2026. Knox and Orbs. So we could do, yeah, we got Knox. We do have Knox. Here's our Orbs audio. And then we do have Knox. Where you at, Knox? You see it's slow. There we go. I don't know what's up with that. Anyone noticing on their Roadcaster Duo since the upgrade, it being a little bit slow when you switch the pad banks? Year 2026 summer, June 15th, 16th. So maybe it was an overnight thing, or maybe on both nights they were getting action. Ontario, Canada, we hear a whole lot happening up there. And we got some GPS coordinates there. Spectacle Lake, Madawaska Valley. Spectacle Lake Road is the nearest road, and those were the nearest towns. And they observed on the night of June 15th and 16th, 2026, we heard tree knocking. Yep. On the 15th, it seemed to come across the lake. There are no cottages across the lake, and we were the only campers on Spectacle Lake. The lodge down the lake didn't have any campers either. We know because we drove there to buy firewood and it was closed. We walked around the lodge ground and no one was there. So we know it was not a person. After we heard the tree knocks, I answered back with my version of a tree knock, but nothing answered back. The next night, we heard tree knocks very close to our cottage. We also experienced blue and pink orbs. There you have it on the BFRO website, folks. Blue and pink orbs, very fast flashes of light. There were 5 campers, and we all heard knocking on the first night. 2 of us heard the knocking the second night because we left the fire earlier than the other campers to get to bed. We had our own window open and heard the knocks. The rest of our group was laughing at the fire and didn't hear them. But 4 of us saw them, or 4 of us saw the orbs. We all might have seen them, but I'm not 100%. I know absolutely that 4 of us saw them. We felt the presence, but could not see anything in the dense tree line. So very interesting report here. We got orbs. Oh, blue and pink ones. The blue ones may not be as fun, but we did not feel scared, which is good. We were simply enjoying our evening. Also notice blue and pink orbs near us on the 16th. Unusual lights in the sky. Another note to take there. Could have been the orbs. Could be some kind of lightning we have never seen before. Wasn't the typical lightning, but this is secondhand in from the other 3 witnesses who remained at the campfire on the night of the 16th. Other witnesses, 5 witnesses, we were all sitting around our campfire both nights. Other stories, yes, there was a reported incident in this location in the past, not by us. Time and conditions, nighttime after 10 p.m. Environment, dense, thick forest, Bear Algonquin Park. There you go. Wow. All right, check it in. What's up, Jessica Jones? Was checking out your stream earlier today with LIB. Very interesting. And we got Digger Dog in the house. What's up, brother? Might see you later this year. If things align, that would be nice. And some others, folks, approximate GPS coordinates within 100 feet for where the Sasquatch was seen. There you go there. Anyone out there, let me know in the chat. You look up the coordinates. I got to start doing that as well. You know, usually they provide some mappage, and we'll see if they do on this one. But yeah, I got to start dropping some of those coordinates, peeping these areas out when they give us that information. And it says nearest town, Lowman, Idaho. Nearest road off Highway 21 observed. My name is Donald. Hi, Donald. I'm 50 years old and have lived in Boise, Idaho. Hoodo. Since 1978. I hike and camp regularly up at Deadwood Reservoir, just north of Boise. More times than not, I see black bears, moose, deer, and even an occasional wolf. Wow. And see, that's something to take note of too. If you're out squatching and stuff, you got to run into wildlife. I love documenting wildlife also. You know, I've been watching out for cougars out here And yes, we have plenty of them, but yeah, like several sightings here lately in the Santa Monica and Pasadena area. And no, they were not wearing spandex, folks. Um, yeah, interesting wildlife in the area, which I think also, if you have all that wildlife in the area, you gotta have some Bigfoot. It's just, I would imagine. Again, my opinion. I don't know. I could be wrong. Last weekend, I was hiking above the dam when I saw slight movement up a hill about 60 to 70 yards away. I stopped to watch for a moment, thinking maybe a bear or a mountain lion. Ay, ay, ay. After watching for about a minute, this animal stood up on two legs and briefly looked towards me. Whoa. Then turned uphill and began to quickly walk. I lost sight after about 15 to 20 seconds. What I saw was not a bear or any other animal I recognize. I wasn't afraid, but I was uncertain and confused. What I saw looked to be between 5 and 6 feet tall with long reddish hair. Its head was tall and its neck looked like it wasn't there. Did I just a head sitting on a human like shoulders? I didn't see a lot of facial features other than the face was covered with or in hair. I went directly back to camp and made lunch and just reflecting on what I saw. Wow. I was planning on staying 3 more days, but packed up and left the next morning. Oh man, I feel you, brother. I feel like I know what I saw, but reluctant to tell anyone. Oh man, Donald, thank you for sharing this with us. I've always thought of Sasquatch as a myth or nothing more. I know what I saw, and it was something I'm not sure I was meant to see. My brother has always claimed to have had a sighting in 1991 above McCall, Idaho, and I always laughed at him and teased him, and told him he was full of spit. Now I'm not sure, or not. Now I'm not so sure. Yep. Oh, Donald. Uh-oh. Okay, so other witnesses or also noticed nothing. There's nothing he put there. So other witnesses, just myself. I heard what sounded like deep pig grunts. The walk was very human-like, but the torso was longer than the legs. The arms were very human-like. They were also disproportionate. They were very long. The size was not real tall, but very bulky in the chest and shoulders. The color was almost like a cinnamon black bear with much longer hair. Other stories, I have not heard of anything except for his brother. Time and conditions, it was around 11:30 a.m. It was hot and sunny, but where the creature was, it was shady under tree canopy. Environment, scheduled reservoir in the mountains, covered in thick pine. Above the dam, there is a large creek system that flows into the river. Very isolated, but easy access. And there's a follow up by Eminem, and we got some mappage here. So I'll leave that there. Maybe zoom in and maybe see some of the. There's Boise at the bottom left there, and Deadwood Lake right up in here. Yeah, water source. You know, it can't. Bigfoot's probably chilling at the dam, and ran into some man and said, "Damn," and had a scram. All right, sighting location. So here's the reservoir, Deadwood Dam, or the lake. Sighting location. Nice little tiny red circle. We don't mind. Beautiful, beautiful country. Look at that. Yep. Looks squatchy to me. Wow. Damn. Look at that. Damn. All right. There you have it. The latest online reports. And y'all check out Henry May. I shared his post last night. He does the cryptid, what is it? Is it the cryptid corner? Uh-oh. But yeah, he read a couple, he reads off of Coast to Coast website and I believe some other sources. And so he gets these cryptid reports and reads them off and pre-records them. And he's been doing it a long time. So, and yeah, man, I've talked about hanging out with Henry and in the past, and cool cat. Hopefully one day we get to hang out again and talk some squatch. He's very knowledgeable. Um, all right, switching gears now. We got some news. Yeah, we touched on the homie Jonathan Easley. Yeah, from Western Bigfoot Explorations. Hint, hint, moderators. Someone in the chat, post the link, por favor. Jonathan Easley. Yes.
Jonathan Easley to the office. Sir, bring your books and notes.
Yeah, I seen an Instagram post. So this is, let's see here. Sasquatch. One weekend, one mystery, a lifetime of stories. Sasquatch. Beyond the Footprint, September 25th through the 27th. Packwood, Washington, folks. Damn, Washington State, home of the Squatch. So you could check this out, read it. And the reason why we're showing this is because, we had announced, first of all, we had shared, we are talking about some of the recent plane crashes, helicopter crashes. We brought up Oliver Tree and some of the, we did, I call it snorkeling. I don't deep dive sometimes. I like to deep dive to stuff, but I haven't really gone too deep on certain things, I guess, live. But so I'll call it snorkeling around certain situations, news and things happening out there. What up, Magneticus? And we got, look, oh wow, we got a special treat in the house. I've hung out actually with Jonathan Easley, and we got the Rev in the house. And Rev, I'm gonna add you as a moderator, senor. Y'all don't know the Rev. The Rev has also been doing and it's been a minute, but for about, if you go to the California Outlaw, they're in the chat. Yeah, so we've been at Bluff Creek together, Jonathan, and we heard some stuff out there. This was years back. It's funny that you popped in the chat there, Rev. And I'll jump in. Let's see, I'm going to read. Sure, years of podcasts, but I never let it go public. I never really released any of my research. Yeah, either. But I've been out in the field with you. I know you about it. Um, we've also when was the last time we hung out? I think it was in Trinity County. But yeah, Jonathan is gonna be, let's see. He was recently on the news and we shared that because there's all these plane, accidents happening in the air and stuff. We brought that up because Jonathan had witnessed that I think it was a growler or something that had gone down at an air show in Idaho. And so we shared that here. And then we also congratulated Jonathan for his was it the Mount Rainier video hitting 1 million views? Yeah, he still gets props for that one. And the Rev could share some stories of us being out there. And see, hell yeah, man, always seems to see people camping on the bear trail. And what's up, SoCal Squatcher? Salute to you. And So yeah, so Jonathan, geez, check out his page. No one shared his channel yet. Did someone share his channel? What's up, Digger Dog? Digger Dog saying, okay, all have to go do something moderating over on Rumble. All right, Digger Dog, get busy. What's up, Sharon? So back to this conference. What else, Jonathan, have going on that we announced lately? But here you have, oh, Mr. Eminem. Excuse me, my throat's groggy. I was ripping some bowls earlier. And yes, we have a gnarly fire going on, which we'll get into. Eminem in the house. Look, first line up. But we got Nathaniel Bronis. Yeah, that's from it's Study Sasquatch, right? Is it? Let's see, did they say here? YouTube channel? And if so, maybe someone share Nathan's channel. And I've been checking out his live streams and all that. He's been getting out in the field and bringing us with him out there live, and he's doing solos out there as well, which takes big uh big orbs, and hopefully they're not blue. Ah, Shane Corson, of course. And then we have Shelly Covington. She looks familiar. Yes. And who's that? Jonathan Easley. What? Yeah. Yeah, super cool. Yeah. And then we have Alex Solinak. Interesting. Yeah, from BC. So this should be good, folks. Oh, we got more. Dave Hill, Tim Lund, and Jimmy Tungate. And there's Mark, Rebel and Windy Miner. Yeah, Mark Marcel. Cool, cool, cool lineup. And that should be fun. All right, give me a second, folks. We're going to pull something up here. Let's see. What do we got? We got a view of the fire here. Y'all could check this out. Hang tight. I'm going to handle some biz. Be right back. There's no audio on this. So maybe somebody beatbox right quick. All right. Let's see. Did that even? Hopefully that pulled up. Darn it. Were we watching nothing? Let's see here. Did I have everyone watching nothing? Did the video not pull up? Sorry about that. All right. So, yeah, it's super cool. Jonathan is going to be at the conference there. And then also coming up, I think this month, let's see, we got, and this is not, the Bigfoot Days is more of a community thing. It's been going on a long time. And here we go. I've been to plenty of these, and it's more. There was one time, I guess it was kind of mixed in with the Bigfoot days, and that's when they had what was it? It was the conference. They had a town hall. I think it was for the end of the finale for Finding Bigfoot. Again, if I'm not mistaken, I don't. Here, let's activate the camera. Yeah. So I remember that time you had a lot of different people that are known in the scene, and they showed up, and then would kind of blend in with the festivities there. But other than that, usually it's just more of people come off the hill, come from the coast, and all the towns around Humboldt and nearby Trinity County, and hang out. Vendors come out and do their thing. A lot of local stuff. Very very local uh festival, this one, and it's fun. The only thing, it gets really hot, so you got to stay hydrated. And I don't know where, last year it was a bit rough, and we live streamed, so you could check that out. But this year is, let's see, it's at the Veterans Park, and it's on Saturday, June 27th, 2026. And Eric and I have been talking about, last year we were supposed to like set, and I had brought my gear, and he wanted us to set up like a live stream of some sort, maybe have people maybe stop by and share some information or encounters or something like that. And you know what? It didn't happen. We went down to town, and the Bluff Creek Project guys set up their booth, and, had some casts and doing their thing there. And we just basically hung out there with those guys for a bit. And I went off and did my thing as well. Caught up with a bunch of friends and people I hadn't seen in a while. And, so yeah, that's what Bigfoot Days is about. And so maybe this year, I'll take the gear up with me, and maybe we'll set up this stream, and it would be fun to maybe get some people to stop by. We're thinking maybe setting up behind the museum, and I'm putting it out there, just maybe we get some feedback. Maybe you'll show up and share your encounter with us. So stay tuned for that. And what? Gonna be up at the festivities. I don't know. I'm not guaranteeing that, but hey, I'd like to make it this year. Uh what else we got going on? Another, let's see, a little further north from here, and let's see the date. So this is June 27th, and on this date, we got Sasquatch Summerfest. Yep. And I hear this is a good one. I know, I think Digger Dog is going to this one. He's no longer here because he's moderating over on Rumble. And there's Juliana McGill. Lots of local vendors, helps keep the local crappy economy. Yep, Juliana. And there's Cosmic Joe and Loco Indio, Cubo Carnal. We're going to add Joe as a moderator as well. We know Joe. Cosmic Joe. What up, y'all? Thank you for coming through, hanging out for a little bit. We did read several Bigfoot reports in the beginning, right at the beginning. So if you missed it, feel free to rewind and check it out. So Sasquatch Summerfest popping off. Will I make it? I don't know. I'd love to. This would be fun. And I hear it gets active too, with activity and stuff like that. And I don't know. I think Jason Kinsey is doing like a package where I think you pay and become part of his documentary. I definitely will not be part of that. Just can't afford it. Oh, man. And so let's see here. There's the information. So the Bigfoot Days is on the 27th. And this is, so see, price adults 35 and 55. So children under 12 are free. What else qualifies for free? So yeah, there's the address there, email information. So this one's July 10th. 2026 through July 11th, 2026. So just a heads up there. So again, this one, Bigfoot Days, June 27th, and this one, July 10th and 11th. So heads up. And yeah, there you have it. Some Bigfoot news for you. All right, this is what I was trying to share earlier. I don't know if it came out, but let's see. All right, we got it going. So this is DTLA live cam on YouTube with a great view. Actually, they were just doing water drops. So we're somewhere right there in the mix. And oh yeah, there's the building. So we're like down. So there's the freeway. You can see all the freeway. You can see the burnt building there. Looks like a skeleton. And we're just right on the other side of that free. We're like right here. I don't know if you can see my arrow there. We're like somewhere right in there. And so day 8 of the fire, the Lineage fire in Boyle Heights, Los Angeles, California. And yeah, it's been a gnarly experience, folks. You know, I feel very weird about it. A lot of red flags. Like in 2024, they had a similar fire. Greetings. Give me 1 second. All right. That was quick, right? Taking care of business, juggling. We're on duty. Sky's the limit smoke shop, folks. 3925 East Olympic Boulevard. Yeah. You could still follow the smoke. And we're right around there. Yeah, so they had a fire, they said, in 2024 as well. And they said also on this, yeah, well, let's pull this up. Let's see. We got something right here. Let's pull this up. Let's see. Boom. Here we go. And it says Lineage, that's the name of the company. Lineage Logistics operated a facility in Boyle Heights that experienced a smaller fire in August 2024, which was contained to the rooftop solar panels with 48 minutes with no reported injuries. So In 2024 of August, they had contained to the rooftop solar panels within 48 minutes. So pretty, quick compared to the 8 days here. And it says no injuries. This incident occurred at the same 500,000 square foot building on South Los Palos Street where the Michael Jackson Thriller video was filmed, or at least parts of it, that has been engulfed in a massive week-long blaze since June 17th, 2026. So the 2024 fire highlighted ongoing concerns about the facility's safety record and its handling of hazardous refrigerants, specifically ammonia. While the earlier blaze was quickly extinguished, the current 2026 fire has presented significant challenges, including structural collapse, widespread smoke pollution, and persistent air quality issues across Los Angeles. Now, let's see. Over here, and this is again, I think it's ABC7. Yeah, so right here we got ABC7, Lineage facility fire in 2024 burned for 60 days. So let's check this out. And I think this is 5 hours ago, posted 5 hours ago. And it says also there, let's see. Yeah, because they were mentioning, I think they're the world's largest cold storage food facility. Feel free to fact check that. That's amazing. Huh. So it says Boyle Heights fire expected to be fully contained by midnight, LAFD says. And here it gets into. And by the way, it's really so yesterday it started smelling really bad. You could smell the food rotting now, which has this death smell to it. So every so often you'll get these wafts of death. And what else? Yeah, I guess residents are now reporting of rats. Yes, taking over the area as well. I could imagine that. And here we're on Olympic Boulevard. We got these. I call them the Olympic rats. I haven't seen them. We've been pretty good. Although a few years back, I remember one climbing on the back door, the back, but it was outside. Got a cool video of it, and that's why I was like, "Oh man, these Olympic rats can do Olympic stuff, man." Um, and back there, you got Union Pacific as well, so I could only imagine those rats back there. So, yeah, big problem there. Also, so here I'm gonna skip too because it's gonna probably be a lot of the news that's being repeated, and I have been keeping up with a lot of it. People are concerned also of the runoff of all the water that they're using, and I heard they're using some sort of gel, and where there was talks about also this foam uh, possibly being used. I'm not sure, but all this stuff being run off, and we have the LA River very very much nearby, not far away from us here, and people are getting video of all the runoff, that it's not being filtered and heading out into the LA River where there's, we got a little wildlife there besides the crazy humans in the tunnels out there with all those cars and stuff. They did another one of those raids recently in the river tunnels here. Found like, I think it was like 40 something cars. It was crazy. But let's see. I did want to check out this second section and the third section about the Washington fire. It says Lineage facility fire in 2024 burned for 60 days. Oh, so this is the Washington one, I believe. Let's see here. So Wednesday marks 1 week since the Lineage cold storage warehouse fire began in Boyle Heights, but there could be an end in sight soon. It says there. It starts off. So So Lineage Fire Facility. I was about to read it, but I was like, nah, I don't know. I don't want to read that. So check that out just because I've been hearing it over and over. I do want to hear about this Washington one that just came to my attention, which we'll check out here. So Lineage Facility Fire in 2024 burned for 60 days, highlighting challenges facing Boyle Heights. A fire at a Lineage facility in Washington state burned for 60 days in 2024. Also, like the one here in 2024. I wonder what month. Let's see. Does it say? I wonder if it was the same. It would be interesting to see what month in 2024. Because again, the Boyle Heights one here had a fire as well. So anyone find out, let me know. I'll have a look at that. Offering a glimpse of the obstacles firefighters are facing at another Lineage operated facility in Boyle Heights. Lineage describes itself as the, in quotes, the largest dynamic temperature controlled warehousing and logistics company, end quotes. The company may play a significant role in the food supply chain, but its facilities have previously drawn attention because of a fire at a Lineage facility in Washington state burned for 60 days in 2024, offering a glimpse of the obstacles firefighters are facing in Boyle Heights. In 2020, in April, okay, so that was in April. I think the Boyle Heights one, would they say, was it August or something like that? A fire broke out at a Lineage facility in Findlay, Washington, a small community south of the Tri Cities. The blaze started in a freezer and quickly produced heavy smoke. It was like somebody just took a big black blanket and spread it out over the whole community. Yeah, I feel you. And that was in quotes. Said Scott Matthews, a Kennewick resident who said he lived about 2 miles from the facility. It was black, heavy, Matthews says. The Benton County District 1 Fire Department told Eyewitness News the fire was extremely difficult to fight. Sprinklers were shut off, creating a mist in the building that made it hard for firefighters to locate the source of the blaze. Like they were having issues here. They couldn't go in for days because they said they couldn't see because of the smoke. At one point, firefighters were unable to enter the facility and had to remain outside near the structure, which a department spokesperson described as the size of 5 Costco's. There were no nearby hydrants, whoa, requiring crews to truck in water or siphon it from irrigation lines throughout the 2-month firefighting effort. I feel what the people in LA are going through, in quotes. I truly do because all of us here can relate because we went through it. End of quotes. Matthew says firefighters in Benton County said they were never able to determine the cause of the fire. See that? Wow. Some Findlay homeowners who say their health and homes were affected by the blaze have filed a lawsuit against Lineage. According to the lawsuit, the fire, and this is also in quotes, the fire transformed the surrounding area into a long term hazard zone, end of quotes. Their attorney, Will Sykes, expressed sympathy for those affected in or by the Boyle Heights fire. Quote, all I can say is my heart goes out to the folks in Los Angeles. And obviously, we're going to continue fighting for our clients in Findlay. And a quote, Sykes said, a spokesperson for Lineage said she is working to get Eyewitness News more information on the fire in Findlay and the company's response to the allegations in the lawsuit. Particle pollution advisory extended through Tuesday afternoon. So we're in Wednesday already. And it goes on there. So I did want to get into that part there. There's a view. And yeah, anyway. So yeah, a little update there. Maybe we'll give you a live update And I have been taking footage of everything and just documenting as much as possible. And I have felt, people have complained of like, nausea, headaches, and different things like that. And it's weird. I have felt kind of weird here and there, especially now with this funky smell. Also, is bringing a whole other. Ugh. All right, I'm gonna check out the chat. See if the chat pulls up. Doesn't start. What up, dead fish? Yeah, it smells like dead fish out here. Get the cheese and crackers. What's up? All my neighbors lost their homes. It was nuts. So you was that in your area, dead fish? Excuse me, because I was not reading the chat. Let's see. I was working in the Palisades last year when this is SoCal Squatcher. Yeah, I seen the big plume of the Palisades fire from here. I immediately went live. We didn't even know it was that fire. We just thought it was a huge fire. We thought maybe on the freeway or something, and it turned out to be the Palisades fire. Man, I'll never forget that. And this also, when this went up, I mentioned I was outside taking a break. It was time for me to take a break, and I had came back in to grab something, and when I walked back out, that's when I noticed, and I just seen a like he described a big old black cloud, and there was some gray in it too, and I was like, "Whoa, what the?" And then I immediately it went to live stream, I think, and so yeah, wild stuff, and yeah, there's been other stuff going on out here as well, folks. I mean, there's what was it, Ontario? They had the toilet paper situation that went viral. Yeah, warehouse full of toilet paper. Caught, dude lit it on fire. That was straight up arson. And the amount of damage he caused was, I think, in the billions or something. Like, I don't know, something like it was crazy, hundreds of millions. Um, Huge warehouse. And then also up in, was it Tracy, right? Up in the Bay Area, just not too long ago, another huge facility, and I didn't get into the details of that one. I don't know. You could see there was a bunch of trailers parked outside of it, so I don't know if they were doing logistics as well. And I've talked about I've worked for years also right here doing. We had a tiny freezer. There was some cold because it was produce, so we had a few yeah, several cold rooms. Vegetables got to stay on ice, certain ones, certain greens, and so we had different temperature rooms. I could imagine that facility being huge had all types of different temp rooms, freezers, and you name it. Let's see here. What's up, Gustavo? Good to see you here, brother. Man, I'm craving some empanadas, brother. Ha ha. I can who couldn't go for an empanada right now, man? Oh man, I got the munchies. Let's see. We were on evacuation notice same day from the Altadena fire. We got lucky. The wind didn't change. Yes. Yeah, dude, because you're right up in the foothills there, bro. Yep. SoCal Squatcher could tell you. Crazy, crazy times, man. We had a shaker. I heard what was it? A 5 point. What's up, Minxie? We've seen Alice Cooper, Billy Idol, Joanne Jets, ZZ Top, and a lot of others. What's going on? Someone having a concert? Eek. Good to know. Jared, what's Jared saying? What was it? A 5.8? Mendocino County earthquake today. Yeah, what else? They mentioned Mendocino shaking. Was there somewhere else in Cali that was shaking? What else is Juliana, I think, told me it was California City. And I actually have ties to California City. Haven't been there yet. And yeah, who knows? Maybe one day you'll see me out there. And I hear from up above, and I've seen it, seen pictures. It looks like a computer chip that's been annihilated at California City. All the roads and all that looks like exactly what I just said. And that was, thanks to John Levi over John Levi's YouTube channel. Yep, he broke that down for me, and I was like, wow, all right, I could see that. There's many other places that look like that. Let's see. What's Juliana saying? Deadfish said he's. Oh, we're talking about Redwood Valley. There you go. 5.6. Is that's Mendocino, right? Yeah, that's Mendo. Yep. Mendo. Mendocino County. People are probably wondering what do they mean, Mendo? Oh yeah, we are talking I don't know if we're having we did have some events this weekend. We have punk shows, metal shows, hip hop shows over at the Catalyst, and that's 3921 East Olympic Boulevard. And you could always DM my brother if you ever want to inquire about maybe renting the spot or maybe networking with us, or maybe you're trying to get a hold of the dwarf. This is another way. Yeah. And what else? We got the email there. We're all right. We hit about an hour there. Put an hour in, and we got. Let's see. I'm expecting a package later today. Yeah, I'm also been focusing on my music studio. I want to start expanding that and getting back into my music. And we got to fix the turntables here, folks. Yeah, we haven't been able to bring you the live mixes and all that. And that's a hot thing right now on a lot of platforms. So I'm happy to see that. And we're going to do that at some point. We're going to have some straight up mixing parties here. And we got to figure out the loopholes and we'll bring it to you. I want to wish you all a good rest of your day. We're going to check one more time. Let's see. Okay. Yeah, we're going to head up out of here. I'm sure there's something I'm forgetting. But yeah, the announcement, you might not be seeing me for a while. Who knows? Yeah, it's we've been grinding here at the shop, folks. We've been online quite a bit, and I'd rather be out in the field. That's my thing. But being here at the shop, and I knew it was gonna take some time to, get the business going. And I've been throwing, everything out of my heart, my energy, my time, making sure the doors are open here, making sure my brother is comfortable and taking care of his family and all his business and stuff. And it's been an interesting 4 year. I think we're on 4 years here. And yeah. And thankfully, every year we've been able to make a little bit of time to get out into the field. And this year I haven't. We got these mountains back here that I want to do a lot more exploring, the Angeles National Forest and the San Gabriel Mountains and all these different mountain ranges out here in SoCal. And hopefully we will. And I think we will. But um, yeah, I think we're going to hit the field for quite a while. I'm not going to say when. You might notice it, might not be around. But I'm thinking I'll make this announcement. Why not put it out there? No one knows exactly where we're going or when. And we're going to explore some new places and in the search for the Bigfoots. Why not? So yeah, we've made a lot of sacrifices and things are in progress right now. So I'm getting stuff together. Um, and I want to make this happen. So we'll be tapping in. We'll be tapping in when we can and check in with everyone, and hopefully no one forgets about us. Yep. You know how it is. You stop posting stuff. You stop going live. People are like, "Who?" Yeah.
Huh?
What was that? All right. Let's see. I just put my surf and skate trucks on my skateboard. Cool, dead fish. Yeah, get your surfboards ready if you're on the coast here in Cali. Things are shaking, folks. I did hear, what was it? It's funny. Bobo always mentioned to me, he's like, yeah, have a surfboard ready. And because he used to surf. And I read a post earlier. There were some interesting posts today, and I'll have you all check it out. Harryman Road, interesting post, Bigfoot post today, going back to a little more Bigfoot news. And Bigfoot and Beyond posted over on X about, I don't know, I guess there was some maybe rumors of Bobo not being on this planet anymore. I was like, what the heck? Oh no. And so I don't know if it was Cliff or someone. I didn't fully read the post, but I read part of it enough to know that I believe Bobo is still here. So thank goodness. You know, y'all take care of yourselves, folks. Yeah, we must, especially with everything going on. We're gonna head up out of here, and who knows, we might get a chase or two later. If so, we'll hop back on Friday. We got a show with Coley over on SNX Radio as well. I got the invite. I had no idea. I guess Area 50 Juan. I don't know what the deal is. I don't know. I don't know. I guess I'll just show up and we'll find out. So I'll see you all then. And I think that's for Friday, I think 6 or 7 p.m. And yeah, we'll see you all later. Y'all stay blessed. And we'll catch you on the rebound. We're going to hit our outro. Here we are. It's going to take a second.